Here we go!
Why are you so fixated on me?
Because you're my friend.
Just give up and let me cut you down already!
What? Universal pool! Oh bro, this looks so cool, man. I'm Kirinia, the lightning dragon! Okay, Indra's arrow! Bro, he's gonna kill him. Jesus! Ooh, bro. They're both gonna die! Yeah, they're both gonna die, aren't they? Is it a cliffhanger? Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel, and today we're again going to be doing something different. Today I'm going to be reacting to Seth the Programmer's Could Naruto Beat the Previous Kage? And by Kage I mean Hokage, right? So Hashirama, Tobirama and whatnot, right? Minato, Hiruzen and Tsunade, of course. And and Kakashi, yeah, let's not forget about Kakashi. So what are we talking about here? Like simultaneously or one-on-one, or like probably at the same time, right? Because one-on-one he can. Like it all depends which version of Naruto, but if we're talking about amped up stage of the six paths Naruto, or Boruto Naruto, or even end of Shippuden Naruto, like come on, he's OP, right? So I'm assuming it's adult Naruto, or like the sage of the six paths amped up versions of Naruto, and in which case all the Kage combined. I still don't think, like, I just watched a video like a few days ago, posted it about Naruto and Sasuke together beating the entirety of the Narutoverse, and I agree, like 90% chance they could do it, but there's still a small possibility that we could overwhelm them and find a way to kind of deal with them. But now it's only Naruto and it's only the Kage, so yeah, I would say that he can slap them. Hey, maybe Seth has something different to say, so I'm not gonna prolong this that much. If you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, ring the bell for notifications, guys. Follow me on Instagram, join my Discord server, and my Patreon page. Without further ado, man, let's jump right into this reaction. Let's go.
Hello everyone, it's your host Seth the Programmer,
Hello?
and today we're actually talking about Naruto as Hokage versus all of the other Hokage that have come before him.
Okay, makes sense. As Kage, right? Naruto is Kage, and yeah, that's the OP Naruto, so...
Meaning Hokages 1 through 6. However, they will be in their prime, so not even Hashirama versus Madara level, more so Hashirama after you learn the deity gates after Madara. Hiruzen in his prime that's stated to surpass all of the Hokage before him, including Hashirama.
Yeah, you guys told me about that. Is that really true? Like, come on, like, Hiruzen in his prime is supposed to be stronger than the God of Shinobi. He's supposed to be stronger than the Yellow Flash, which he admittedly in the anime said if only Minato was here, he could have dealt with all this mess, right? I mean, I guess he was old back then, but still, bro, like, what? But I guess if it's stated in the data books, then...
And as well as dual Mangekyo Sharingan, Six Paths Kakashi, all of them versus Six Paths Naruto. Now, I'm mainly making this video not just really jerk off Naruto, it's more so to explain certain questions that people have, such as, well, Naruto only has the Nine Tails, didn't Hashirama body the Nine Tails? They don't seem to understand the increases in lore behind the Six Paths and Hokage era Naruto's, so I thought I would go over that in more detail.
Okay, listen, yeah, I agree with him. Naruto's hella way more OP than just having Kurama. Like, oh, but he just has Kurama, and if Hashirama slapped, no, it doesn't work like that. Like, he has so many amps with the Sage of the Six Paths power, like, he is unstoppable pretty much. But you threw in Kakashi's Mangekyo Kamui Susanoo mode? In which all of them, bro, what are you talking about? Kakashi slapped around Kaguya, bro. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can find a way to, right? Defeat him if Kakashi's ultimate Obito state is involved. I mean, right? I mean, he might change my mind, so let's go.
If you're new here, please subscribe. I would love if every single person that watched the subscribe, although that's not going to happen, but please do if you do enjoy this video or you love topics like this. I'd really appreciate it.
Okay.
This video should be relatively quick as there's a very large preponderance of evidence when dealing with this subject, but basically we'll be going over Hokage Naruto versus Hokage Hashirama, Tobirama, Hiruzen, Minato, Tsunade, and Kakashi all at their peaks. This means DMS Kakashi will also be used, as I said earlier. Obviously, Naruto's main threats right off the bat are Hashirama, Prime Hiruzen, and DMS Kakashi, but let's explain why the lesser threats are absolutely nothing at this stage. I'll go over 6 paths later, but for now, I'll just give you a basic summary as to why they're not that relevant.
Okay, so we're again gonna do this where he goes 1v1 against them, right? And he's gonna debunk them that way, which in my opinion, I mean, okay. 1v1, he's stronger pretty much than all of them. I don't know about Kakashi with double Kamui. Like, that was broken, bro. My man, like, literally took on Kaguya. But, okay, I guess, okay? But, like, all of them combined, I'm telling you, like, teamwork makes a difference. I know a lot of you are like, oh, you don't know power scaling, shut the hell up. Okay, I'm just gonna reserve my opinion for myself, but I'm just gonna throw it out there anyway. Let's go.
Surprisingly, a lot of people don't know things like, wow, Minato's not really that much of a threat. Tobirama wouldn't be that much of a threat. Like, these aren't normal thoughts people have. They're just like, oh, well, they're Hokage. They did cool stuff. They should be able to do at least something, right? We'll start off with Tsunade. Tsunade in her base is more so around the power of Kakashi during the Land of Waves and arrival to Part 1 Kabuto. And with her 100 healings technique, she's able to somewhat be on par with the one-armed 4th Raikage, although it is implied she is somewhat inferior and more reckless than he is.
Did my man just say that Prime Tsunade in her base is Kakashi's level against Zabuza? What? Okay, listen, I might be wrong, but that sounds ridiculous to me because Tsunade, the legendary sun in Tsunade, in her base form, is arguably, like, maybe a little weaker than Orochimaru, and Orochimaru made Kakashi poop his pants by just his presence alone in the Chunin exams. What am I missing here? Okay, let's
Even
go.
with her massive chakra reserve versus Edo Madara. The 4th Raikage was obviously more so a match for 5 Kage Summit Arc Sasuke. You could even go as far as to say the Raikage and Cloud Jonin thought the best option was to retreat once Sasuke whipped out his Susanoo. Even before he threatened to take down the surrounding area, he also got blitzed by Teen KCM-1, Kyuubi Chakra Mode 1 Initial Naruto, let alone the EMS or Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke that was fighting alongside reanimated Itachi, and versus 10 Tails Obito, let alone Kyuubi Chakra Mode 2, the one with the cape, Sage Mode Naruto later on, that fights Jubi, Obito, and Madara. This same Madara was so strong later on that while even blind, he could bust out of Hashirama's deity gates that even pinned down the 10 Tails. Hashirama even states this Madara is on the verge of reobtaining his past powers, implying he's much stronger than when he toyed with the 5 Kage, as Hashirama literally just got done fighting Edo Madara in his perfect Susanoo. Tsunade's healing is also a trash version of Hashirama's, at least in the word of Madara's, and she'd easily get vaporized by Naruto in this fight with one attack. Naruto holding power to turn the world to ash and fighting beings who can vaporize entire realms with celestial bodies versus Tsunade, who's still getting scared about mountains getting ripped apart and being able to do nothing to the 10 Tails or God Tree. Not to say that.
Okay, so he's saying all of this because her healing ability isn't really relevant here, considering that Naruto has those orbs that can pretty much kill you on the spot. It doesn't matter if you can regenerate or not, you can't regenerate from that, right? Those orbs literally erase you. I get it, but I mean, she's in her base, she's still stronger than Kakashi and Zabuza. I'm sorry, that was just outlandish to say. But tell me in the comments what you think. I might be wrong.
Tsunade is mountain level, just that she doesn't have the feats to say she's on 6 paths levels. The only real benefit she would have is maybe like healing someone if they got bodied by Naruto later on.
Yeah, which is very valuable in a team effort. And this is like a teamwork battle. Like, that's why you can't just like disregard characters simply because one-on-one they can't even touch Naruto. Sure, but she can stay at the back. Like, Naruto can't tell. I mean, I guess he's like fast, but then again, like, teamwork, Minato can just place a flying rising seal on her, and every time Naruto gets closer, he just teleports her away, man. So there are things you can implement, but listen, I understand Naruto's hella stronger than them, But I mean, Kakashi without Kamui and all of the Kage, like, yo.
But that seems unlikely considering she's very confident about being upfront in combat. Minato's strongest state as far as we know, I'll do him next, is his Edo Tensei with the Kyuubi Chakra mode 2.
Yeah.
He also has his own cloak, who we see directly compared to War Arc KCM2 Naruto, and they're fighting alongside each other and matching each other pretty well. You could actually imply that the main difference is that Naruto can better use Senjutsu and recharge his chakra, whereas Minato is reluctant and doesn't even attempt to in character. So he'd be simply superior in terms of stamina. Naruto also has a moment where he has to start adapting and fighting Jubito and gets much stronger as the war goes on, whereas Minato doesn't display any real increases. Rather, he just gets his arms chopped off by Obito and Madara because Kishimoto was having depression about his own father, so he thought he would chop apart Minato. That's a true story, by the way. Finally,
okay, I thought he was kidding. I was laughing. I apologize, but still, bro, like, that's messed up, bro. I mean, Kishimoto just started chopping off Minato's body parts.
Let's go over Tobirama. Now, Tobirama doesn't have any real feats either in the war. In life, he was more so a match for Kinkaku and Ginkaku, whereas Naruto is able to create a shadow clone army of fighting numerous Kage level fighters, even with his worst and weakest form of KCM. Even during the war, we see Tobirama get fondled and handled with no real problems by one-eyed Madara. He even blatantly gets outdone by Hiruzen numerous times in the same war, and while Hiruzen is no slouch, there's nothing for Tobirama to suggest he has the power or speed to even take on KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto.
I mean, maybe if we implement Minato in the equation, like, you remember the war arc and Minato and Tobirama starting combining their flying rising and just zapping, like, teleporting all over the place. So again, like, he has Minato there, so they're pretty well versed in the transportation jutsu, considering that Tobirama invented it. And I mean, listen, I might be talking out of my behind, but like, right, he's looking at it from individual point of view, which is, of course, Naruto slaps him, but at the same time, we have Minato, we have, like, there are some dope combos here that can be used against Naruto.
Alone his thousands of shadow clones, which he will undoubtedly use. His best feats would be teleporting Obito's true-seeking orb, which Minato was having a mental crisis over having to bring himself to fight Obito during and thinking he was a failure, blah blah blah, which Tobirama used a seal he placed on him earlier to quickly flash over to him and save him. And while he's very witty and powerful, there's a reason he listens to Hashirama when Hashirama at all flexes. Now that we're kind of done with them, we can then go over characters like Prime Hiruzen. Now, Prime Hiruzen's only lore is that he was the strongest and greatest of the Hokage, so for this video we can just say he's roughly more powerful than Hashirama. Now, whether you actually think he is or isn't not really relevant. We're just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt so that we don't downplay anything and no one gets a little bit iffy, like, well, you had to downplay Hiruzen for Naruto to stand a chance. Like, no, I want everyone to fight Naruto at their full abilities and their full lore being used, so I guess we need to go over Hashirama to kind of give an idea of what Hiruzen can even do. Now, back in 2017, I did make a video on Hashirama versus Naruto with Swag Kage, but there were a few errors in it. Back in that older video, we mentioned that KCM2 Teen Naruto should actually be a match for Hashirama. However, this is actually a bit off. The reasoning used in that video was based on Hashirama saying that Ninetales Naruto had chakra that rivaled his in base, then saying both could go Sage Mode, and Naruto had clones he could utilize to overpowering a rivaling Hashirama. This doesn't work because this is, of course, Edo Hashirama, just as it's confirmed Kabuto didn't actually enhance Madara with Edo Tensei, as he didn't know his full power in his prime. Neither was Hashirama reanimated at full power. Reanimated Hashirama was able to take down reanimated Madara, but later states his reanimated chakra rivals that of Teen KCM Naruto. This is interesting because we know Madara used to possess the full Ninetales and actually made a majestic attire Susanoo with the full Kyuubi, whereas Naruto only had half of the Ninetales. Some people will try to argue that Naruto's Ninetales got stronger over time, and while this may be true for the initial full Ninetales that swelled up and grew giant because of its hatred and surpassed all of the other Biju, Naruto's half of the Ninetales shouldn't be much different than Minato's, and Minato's was obviously sealed inside his dead body, and there's no proof that that one got stronger, and Naruto doesn't seem to make any gripes about that version, so it shouldn't be terribly different even if there is a difference. Hashirama's Buddha was able to rip it apart as well and win, so in all reality, War Arc KCM2 is more so a rival to reanimated Hashirama and not the Prime version. Now, this is of course where 6 Paths Naruto finally comes into play, as all the other Kage are more so getting stopped by just the Kyuubi mode. Many people seem to think,
well, Naruto got Kyuubi, but Hashirama beat Big Kyuubi and Madara, so...
But obviously Naruto has a lot more than that in 6 Paths. The 6 Paths Sage Mode Naruto receives a massive chakra amp from Hagoromo, Obito's 6 Paths, the chakra of all Bijou, and 6 Paths Senjutsu. It's not just another Nine Tails cloak. This Senjutsu is also so strong that even without his multiple Bijou chakras, he was able to overpower and almost one-shot 10 Tails Renegon Sage Mode Madara, in which Madara would have to absorb the entire God Tree and get his second Renegon back to even have his Limbo be on par with Naruto's Shadow clones.
Yeah,
now,
Madara literally had to run away and get the Rinnegan before he can face. Now, so that was an amp up, right? But he did say, like, throughout this whole explanation, he said that Kabuto didn't enhance Madara's reanimation because he didn't know the true power. Like, no, he did enhance him, giving him Hashirama cells and like Hashirama's face on his chest. So that did kind of amp him up a lot. But okay, I saw his point. So, okay, so he said, like, previous Hokage get beaten just by base Kurama mode Naruto, and now against Hashirama, he would have to scale him to the 6 Paths powers, which kind of makes it easy for Naruto yet again. Okay.
If Hashirama is near death after fighting EMS Madara with the 9 Tails, Sage Mode, Dual Renegon, 10 Tails, amped 6 Paths Madara with Limbos is absolutely fondling Hashirama with no problem. Now, it doesn't really end here, as Naruto would then go on to fight Kaguya, who is so powerful that she can casually slap away Naruto's Shadow clones, the same Shadow clones that were evenly matched with the Limbos that rival Madara were getting one-shotted with zero effort. Naruto, as the Jinchuriki of all the Bijou, has many quirks as well as the Boil release, in which he gets basically a Kaioken 8 gates like super amp, as all the chakra in his body boils, which gives him the power to overpower and even slam Kaguya through mountains in one hit the second it's utilized. If this attack is enough to momentarily overpower Kaguya, who could one-shot Shadow clones that were on par with possibly dual Renegon Madara with the 10 Tails, then Hashirama objectively gets one-shotted, and there's no evidence to the contrary. Of course, Hashirama has no feats on scale with Kaguya or any 6 Paths characters either, who are more so in the business of busting and absorbing entire realms.
Okay, but he did kind of bring down those deity gates on the 10 Tails, which kind of scales like above Hashirama, right? And he held it in place. Plus, we have the Hokage barrier, and we have a lot of Hokage there, which, like, 4 of them can place Naruto in a barrier, which he can break that barrier rather easily. He's stronger than a 10 Tails at that point, right? But still, like you see what I'm getting? Like, we need 4 Kage to create that barrier, so they can kind of place him in a strong barrier while Kakashi kind of throws Kamui at him, like Kamui Shuriken. Like, there are ways, like, he's again approaching this from individual fight, like 1v1, but them combined, pretty much all of them are smarter than Naruto, bro. Like, they're gonna utilize something. Like, we have Tobirama, we have Minato, like, they're gonna do something. I mean, Minato can pretty much teleport Kakashi behind Naruto. I understand Naruto can sense it right away, but he still has dual Kamui, bro. Like, what is he gonna do against dual Kamui? Right? I mean, Minato can just pretty much put seals on all of them and teleport them away. Tobirama as well, like, switch places and do all sorts of shit, and they're smart enough to do it. So, yo.
Last one to take on Naruto is 6 Paths Kakashi. Now, over the years, I've had varying opinions about him, but here's how I think it would go. Let's look over what he's done. In 6 Paths, his Susanoo easily gets tagged and obliterated by Kaguya, and then Kakashi uses Kamui to suddenly catch Kaguya off guard and chop her with his Kamui Lightning Blade. However, this doesn't even chop her arm off or anything of the like, it more so just damages her since the blade ignores durability. His Kamui Shuriken are also capable of warping away numerous tails or the rampaging Kaguya 10 Tails mutation, and while Kakashi is mainly a hacks-based fighter, his abilities are still limited. You need to realize what 6 Paths Kakashi even is. He's basically just the white-haired 6 Paths Obito after the 10 Tails got ripped out of him, using his chakra on a spiritual level with Kakashi. You could even argue that Obito might have even given most of his chakra to Naruto before that to try to save his life, but even with that benefit of the doubt, that Obito is barely able to hold off one-eyed 10 Tails Madara without the God Tree, in which Madara obviously fondled Obito. Like
yeah, but they nerfed Obito in that battle. He did not have the use of his Kamui, bruh. Like, Kakashi literally has both Kamui activated and in use. So if Obito had that Kamui against Madara would have gotten folded, because how the hell are you gonna stop double Kamui, bruh? Like, I mean, maybe this is my headcanon. I don't know, bruh, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So tell me in the comments what you think, but I think, like, he's kind of downplaying double Kamui Kakashi a bit, plus Susanoo, plus all the other Hokage out, like, at the same time. Like, this is, my opinion, individually double Kamui Kakashi could make Naruto, like, he can't beat Naruto. Of course, Naruto has more chakra, he's faster, stronger, he can outlast Kakashi, but while he has strength, he can, like, hold him off for a few minutes. So, like, that's 1v1, and now add all the other Kage with all their hacks. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm gonna be fair and still give the benefit of the doubt to Naruto, and I would say 70-30% of Naruto winning, but still, bro, the Hokage winning this one, like, he doesn't have Sasuke there. Like, listen, I understand Naruto is overwhelmingly more powerful than all of them. Like, he can pretty much, like, spam 100,000 clones with that lava-style Rasen Shuriken at them, and what are they gonna do, right? Minato and Tobirama can teleport all of them, but, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the only way he can, like, pretty much keep his distance, because Naruto can fly in that mode, right? So he can pretty much keep the distance, just keep bombarding them. Yeah, I guess he would win. He would win. But I mean, yo, they can, maybe not. Like, Minato and Tobirama can mark the whole landscape and then mark everybody and just teleport everybody, and, like, it doesn't matter if he's bombarding the area, they're not there anymore. So there are ways. There are ways. I'm just gonna keep it in there. Let's go.
Creepy uncle. Now, while that's the lore the plot doesn't have to follow if they want to make Kakashi do cool stuff, to make Team 7 do cool Team 7 stuff again. Naruto even says that Kakashi, Susanoo, and Kamui are way cooler than Sasuke's. This is where adult Naruto would come into play. Adult Naruto would know everything about DMS Kakashi and would also be aware that DMS Kakashi has a severe time limit and strain on his chakra. Zetsu also thought Kakashi, even with his Kamui Shuriken and Susanoo, would be no match for post-ETSO expansive Truth-Seeking Orb Kaguya, and more so got caught off guard by intangibility since Kakashi has never showed that ability before. So there's no evidence that Kakashi would be able to beat a clone swarm by a full-powered Naruto that can tango with characters that Sasuke think rival or surpass Kaguya with just taijutsu alone.
Okay, so what he's saying here, okay, so now he went a step above and of Shippuden Naruto, and he's like, adult Naruto would know everything they have to offer. Okay, adult, like, Boruto Naruto is like, yeah, like, he's even more powerful. Oh, so that's what he's saying. Like, we're just leveling up at this point. Okay.
This massive stamina difference, power and numbers, and possible power and speed difference would be simply too much for Kakashi to handle in such a short amount of time, especially with Naruto knowing all of his tricks, and Naruto being a trickster himself. Now, we've pretty much proven that Naruto can handle any one of them one-on-one. His raw power, speed, and stamina is just astronomically higher, to the point where only Kakashi only remotely rivals. But could Naruto take all of them at the same time? Does the teamwork, though, gang, take it? Well, with thousands of shadow clones, yes, there wouldn't be much of a difference. We've even seen with base KCM that Naruto can make Kage level shadow clones when he was much younger and without even a full KCM, let alone shadow clones that could swap with 10-tailed limbo clones that scale higher than Hashirama himself. So imagine like 2,000 characters that are all stronger than Hashirama swarming the battlefield. It would just be GG for such a finite amount of Kage. There's simply no conceivable way for them to win. At best, Naruto gets hit with the Kamui Shuriken, but you'd have to seriously pull something out of your ass for Naruto to not expect an attack like that, or simply try to take out Kakashi or wear him out quickly. A good point of Naruto being able to avoid one-shot attacks is like how he avoided Kaguya's Ash Bones for the entire confrontation with clones with just his wit, before he even knew the Ash Bones could one-shot him. In this case, Naruto would not only have superior stats to Kakashi, but loads of prep and prior knowledge knowledge on his Kamui in advance. Even if you said Hiruzen or Minato caught him with the Reaper Death Seal, it wouldn't do a whole lot, as we've seen Naruto and Orochimaru play tug of war with their souls when it's halfway ripped out. And of course, Six Paths Naruto would be able to slap Minato or Hiruzen away with his chakra arms in this instant. Also, Naruto has seen this jutsu before, or a similar soul tugging jutsu. Minato also suggests that sealing away too much chakra is almost impossible with just the 9 tails, let alone Six Paths Naruto who scales above the 10 tails plus Madara plus 2 Renegon plus God Tree plus 6
but maybe we can seal a part of it away, and like, right? Like Hiruzen can seal one part away, and Minato can seal another part away, and then we can like at least like nerf him a bit. I mean, yeah, okay. He's obviously talking about adult Naruto and Boruto, and like the power scaling just went skyrockets there, so of course he's gonna defeat him. I was more arguing about the end of Shippuden Naruto, like the Sage of the Six Paths Amps. Like, even there, Naruto's like hella OP. Like I said, 70-30, 80-20, even 90-10. But against that version, I would say, like, if he doesn't have all the intel about Kakashi, and like, they can find a way with teamwork, with all those flying Raijin and markings and Kamui and right? They might find a way to get to him. But of course, the shadow clones and the lava style shuriken, Asin shuriken, all that, that's just overwhelming. But they can still teleport and evade and escape, and you know. So I don't know. I would definitely give it to Naruto at the first glance and all that. But I always like take 1%, and I'm like, there's 1% chance of they beating him, right? And then you guys like, no way! But nothing's certain in life, bro. So I'm always reserving that 1% chance. In this instance, I'm gonna give them 5%. I know you're gonna bash me in the comments, but hey, like he said, I'm teamwork gang. Let's go.
Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not trying to throw any shade at anybody. This is just to educate, you know, general audience. A lot of people, surprisingly, don't even know these things. So, like, whenever I suggest this topic in my server, they're like, what? That sounds lame and boring. But you'd be surprised. A lot of people are actually interested to see these kind of things. They don't really think about it like that. So, I hope you did enjoy the video. I do have another interesting video about if Naruto can destroy a planet down below. You can see my big-brained math on display if you really want to. I think it's pretty fun. So, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and till next time.
Okay, fair. What's this?
Hello guys, it's your boy Clyde here. Just want to say real quick, if you guys could do me a quick favor, please go check out this Naruto video on the screen right now. If there's one video that I can recommend.
Okay, so that's it pretty much. Go check out his video if you want. So, okay, he said a lot. I agree with him. I agree. Adult Naruto, he can smack them around pretty much. He's just way too OP. But the end of Shippuden, Sage of the Six Paths Amps, Naruto, like, he's also OP, like really OP. But if he doesn't have all the intel and all the previous Kage, like most of them are arguably smarter than him. So they might be able to find a way to, with teamwork, like he said, teamwork gang, and you know, I'll piss you off daily because I'm teamwork gang. They might find a way. Like I said, they have the Hokage barrier, which he can probably break with ease, but they have like 6 Kage, so like we only need 4 for the Hokage barrier, so maybe we can amp it up even more, and like with 5 Kage, and then Kakashi with his Kamui can like, teleport inside and kind of Kamui his ass. I don't know, but yeah, it will be interesting. They might find a way, like, deity gates and all that, like they might be able to kind of subdue him for like a minute, enough for Kamui to work. But listen, I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna put it like this. Naruto wins 95% chance and times, but there's still that 5% chance, or maybe even 1% chance, if we can agree on that the teamwork of the previous Hokage, they are OP, like Naruto's more OP, but they're also OP, bro. Like, they have experience, they have, so maybe there's a 5 to or 1% chance that they might find a way to somehow catch him off guard, which is basically impossible considering he has stage mode and can sense everything, But I like to keep that 1% reserved for maybe, because nothing is certain in life, right? So guys, listen, I'm not gonna prolong this that much. I enjoyed this video. I agree with him. He made some valid points, like most of the points were on par, like, so he definitely knows how to do this. So yeah, I'm giving him his credit. I agree with him, but like I said, I'm reserving that 1% chance, and I don't care if I piss you off. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm not gonna prolong this that much. I enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you in the next one. Tell me in the comments what you think. Can he completely stop the previous Hokage, or do they stand a chance? Keep in mind that this is Kamui Kakashi, like Susanoo, Blue Susanoo, dancing with the Kaguya Kakashi. So hey, also the Hokage berry, all that, they have a lot of hacks. So you never know. But that being said, stay safe, love you, enjoy, and bye.